Hi, today I'm going to be covering medical marijuana, recreational marijuana, and the pros and cons of each of them. What is marijuana? Marijuana is a plant with two main substances, THC and CBD. THC is the psychoactive substance in marijuana, which is what is responsible for what most people think of, like it's the high of marijuana. It's the thing that causes all the psychoactive activities in your brain. But CBD, on the other hand, is the pain relief aspect of marijuana, more of the medical side of it. So there's two substances, THC and CBD. CBD is more responsible for most of the medical attributes of marijuana. These are some of the many uses for medical marijuana. It can treat muscle spasms caused by multiple sclerosis, nausea from cancer from chemotherapy, treat poor appetite and weight loss caused by chronic illness such as HIV and or nerve pain. It can treat seizure disorders and Crohn's disorder. But the FDA has also approved THC. Keep in mind, THC being the psychoactive substance in marijuana as a key ingredient to treat nausea and improve appetite. Some practical uses of medical marijuana in today's age are actually pretty cool. And one of the coolest ones I found out there was that they're using THC as a treatment to help people quit heroin. Nowadays, the what the treatment is to for heroin addicts is they go to a clinic and they get prescribed methadone. And methadone, although yes, it does help them quit, is addictive, and they're going to become dependent on this methadone to live rather than completely quitting and not being dependent on anything. So what they're doing now is they're using dabs, which is a high concentrated form of weed. In a normal weed, you have like 15 to 20% THC, but in a dab, which is kind of like oil. It's like oil. It's 90 to 100% concentration of THC. So they use dabs to distract them from all the like withdrawals that they're having, the physical and mental withdrawals that they're having from heroin, and it's been proven to work. So people are going from doing heroin every day to smoking weed, which I think that's a good trade-off right there versus having all these methadone clinics where all these people are getting addicted to methadone and becoming dependent on that. I think I think weed wins out here. I would rather have a bunch of people smoking weed than a bunch of heroin addicts. You guys probably think, I get it. There's medical uses for marijuana. But why legalize it? Why recreational marijuana? And I'm going to tell you right now. In 2015, Colorado taxpayers approved a 15% tax on all sales of recreational marijuana, and that 15% went directly to schools. In the first 5 months alone of having this tax, they raised $13.6 million to go to schools. A lot of people believe that marijuana is a gateway drug. I'm going to tell you why I think it isn't. If you ask any heroin or meth addict, did you start drinking milk as a baby first? They're going to say yes. You're saying, how does that correlate to heroin? I'm saying, if you ask any heroin or meth addict, did you smoke weed first? They're going to say yes, because it's the most accessible drug. It's so easy to get. And actually, the program DARE, and we all know the program DARE, has taken marijuana off their gateway drug list. But what I truly think why people think marijuana is a gateway drug is because of drug dealers, because of the people you buy it off of. I've seen firsthand my friends peer pressured by drug dealers to buy other substances that they didn't even want to buy, and then ended up trying them. So if they legalized marijuana and made us be able to get it in a legal fashion, then the whole gateway drug thing, I think, would be eliminated because there would be no more street dealers and no more people to peer pressure you into doing other drugs, into buying other drugs, and all that. So, yeah, the physical side effects of marijuana. Yes, tobacco smoke and marijuana smoke are very chemically similar. And yes, tobacco and marijuana smoke both have cancer causing substances in it. But the biggest difference between these two is that in tobacco smoke, there's nicotine, and nicotine is the amplifier of these carcinogens when actually THC, the psychoactive substance in marijuana, lessens the effects of these cancer causing ingredients. Spiritual health in marijuana. This is a hard subject because I don't really see marijuana as something that you do by yourself to gain, spiritual wisdom, but it's a very sociable drug. You do it with your friends, you do it and you have fun. But I definitely think that there's a there's a strong spiritual feeling with bonding with people and having real intimate conversations, and marijuana is the lubricant in that area that makes those conversations happen, and the the outcome of that is closer friendships, more genuine relationships, and a lot of fun.